The International Labor Organization estimates that there are 21 million forced laborers globally, more than half of whom are Asian women in factories and other private sector employees. New and growing legislation, like the UK Modern Slavery Bill and the California Transparency in Supply Chains Act, are requiring major companies to answer the question, what are you doing to prevent sourcing from forced labor? Yet most companies know very little about how to identify and address forced labor and trafficking, and most available data does not go deeper than country level. Laborlink has over 5 years' experience translating data from workers into actionable analytics. The new Laborlink Trafficking module is designed to amplify existing Laborlink technology to enable vulnerable populations to self-report the labor conditions within their neighborhoods, and for companies to identify and map trafficking hotspots at the community level. In order to achieve this, the Laborlink Trafficking module is designed to create communication points with those in or around forced labor, inform corporate clients of where their supply chains are at risk for forced labor, and offer public-facing information for the industry at large to understand risk levels geographically. How will we reach these workers? The Laborlink Trafficking module will use Tier 3 and 4 factory lists from our 30-plus existing clients, Penjiva data, and Polaris's Global Modern Slavery Directory to identify and target potential trafficking hotspots. From current conversations we're having with clients and partners, we've identified a demand for more information in India's manufacturing sector. Once target locations are selected, Laborlink trainers and local NGOs like SAVE and Sanchayan will set up survey distribution points in the surrounding communities. Laborlink cars will be distributed, inviting potential respondents to call Laborlink toll-free, listen to survey questions in their local language, and input their responses using their telephone keypad. Surveys are short, standardized, and include risk filter questions like, did you pay a fee to get your current job? And can you leave your job at any time? When responses indicate risk of forced labor, follow-up messages are sent directly to the worker's phone. These educational messages can be used to inform workers of their rights, share warning signs, and direct workers to community resources. The data collected from each of these distribution points is aggregated and combined with external data sources. Each of the data sources used, including Laborlink, is interpreted by an algorithm that weights and computes a final score that states if the surveyed location has a high, medium, or low risk of forced labor. The location of individual brands' factories are then layered onto the map to geographically show whether or not the area is of high or low risk. This community-level insight is needed by our corporate clients so they can better identify where risks of forced labor are further down their supply chain, where they should allocate their resources, and where they should increase due diligence and monitoring. If a location has insufficient data, companies can ping Laborlink suggesting that this location should be surveyed. For companies that are ready to take action, Laborlink will notify them as soon as substantial data has been collected and calculated. If external support is needed, nearby NGOs are displayed as potential services providers. Once specific factory information is anonymized, this Laborlink trafficking map will be shared publicly so anyone can view the map and search out areas of high or low risk. If you select a specific distribution point, you will be able to see an overview of the survey results and which risk issues were flagged, such as payment of recruitment fees, employer indebtedness, or evidence of withheld identity papers. As the data on the map grows, it will be possible to discover new geographic and sector-specific correlations. It will also enable the global community to build a better understanding of how to identify and prevent modern-day slavery, and for advocates and funders to channel funding to the most urgent needs. Today, there are millions of trafficked workers suffering in silence. Our Laborlink Trafficking module will dramatically improve these workers' visibility and equip the global community with new insights that are needed to mitigate modern slavery from their most vulnerable communities.